So this is quite a different type of video. We're gonna have a bit of an intimate chat while I finally paint this round shield. I know it's long overdue. I committed to painting this round shield because we reached $2,000 raised for the TREVOR project last year on our Rainbow Shieldwall charity stream. And that was back in July 2023, so almost a year ago. And the reason why it took me so long is going to become more apparent soon. I'll talk about why it took me so long. Quick trigger warning, I'm going to be talking about mental health and depression, so if you'd rather skip those bits and get to the more pleasant stuff, I'm going to put some chapters in so you can skippity skip to the happy stuff and the exciting announcements that I'm going to be doing. So why am I doing this? I've wrestled for a while with the idea of making a more personal update for a couple of reasons. My goal with this channel is to entertain, and life is hard enough as it is for most people that I would rather my content be an escape from it. I didn't want to do the clickbaity dramatic life update because there's enough of that already on this platform, and I wanted to be authentic. But then I thought, isn't being authentic also showing your less positive sides and being vulnerable? In my personal life, I struggle a lot with showing emotions, and especially negative emotions, and expressing them. And I know that's not healthy either. So I suppose this is also part of my journey to improve how I deal with my mental health. Crap, this is quite... I'm gonna regret having worn a white t-shirt, I feel. Okay, it's open. Let's get some paint on. This is nice red. So one of the other things that kind of convinced me to do this video was that hearing from other people who felt the way I was feeling helped me feel less guilty and less alone about what I was going through and how I felt. So I thought it was important to get this out there, because who knows, maybe this will reach someone who needed to hear this, and maybe this will make you feel less alone too. And mostly because of this, the charity that I support, the TREVOR project, is all about suicide prevention and mental health support for people in the LGBTQ community. So it felt a little bit hypocritical to be avoiding talking about my own mental health struggles whilst also advocating and supporting a charity that is all about mental health. And if I, a cis hetero woman, struggled so much to get the help I needed when I needed it, I can't even imagine what marginalized people must go through when they need the support. And this is exactly what the TREVOR project is about. They help provide community and support to LGBTQ youth in crisis. I'll talk a bit more about the TREVOR project and how we can all help a bit later in the video, along with a really exciting announcement, so stay tuned for that. This is quite therapeutic, actually. I didn't take anything to wipe this. Okay, I'm back with some water to clean. Let's turn this a little bit. Over the past year, maybe years even, I've struggled with my mental health. Not in a way that was very visible to others. I was still functioning, and I soldiered on, putting my head down into work to feel productive and distract myself from negative thoughts. But as time went by, I was feeling more and more burnt out, to the point where I couldn't function anymore in some parts of my life. And frankly, over the past year, I've struggled to do anything. Even the things I love, things that used to bring me joy and, motivate me, I would kind of procrastinate, like this. I was becoming more and more of a bystander of my own life, burdened by this dark cloud that would weigh me down and paralyze me. And that, combined with the fact that I struggled to open up to people, meant that I was getting trapped in my own head and too conscious to be a bother to other people to ask for help. Because there's always worse out there, right? There's always people who have it a lot worse. So when my life seemed successful by common standards, it just felt wrong to feel the way I felt. It took me a long time to realize that I was not doing okay, and it took me even longer to admit it to others and seek help. It took me not being able to function anymore to actually finally reach out for help. And as someone who is now taking a long time off to recover from this, trust me, it's not worth holding on to the hope that you will magically get better. Because, spoiler alert, in most cases, you won't. So seek help as... Oh, shit! Oh man, that's bad. Oh. It's okay. It's just water. Thankfully, the water was... Oh. No, I've got paint on my... I'll be right back. Oh, shit. Yeah, so spoiler alert, what I had predicted happened and I had to change t-shirts. I spilt some yellowish water on my white t-shirt. I'm such a chaotic mess. Oh fuck, I did it again! I can't believe I fucking did it again! Oh my god, I am an absolute... Ah! Okay. Okay. Oh. The green, blue, and then purple. Yeah, okay, so...
It was at this moment that she knew. She fucked up.
Wait. I did it wrong. I was not supposed to color that in like that. Because the yellow is supposed to go up to here. So I need to move the masking tape. How am I so bad at just everything? Stay calm. Cool, calm, and collected. I can do this. I can do this, right. I can do this. Jesus. Sometimes my little pea brain just don't work. So, 2 spillages and 1 realization that I messed up the masking tape later. Why am I like this? Seriously though, why am I like this? It's fine. Everything's fine. So, as I was saying, don't wait until you reach rock bottom to seek help, because the climb back up from way down there is really hard. Anyway, what's that got to do with anything? Well, if you are a long-time follower of this channel, you will know that I have been relatively inconsistent, to say the least. Basically, between work stress, life stress, depressive episodes, and straight up burnout, I've been really struggling to focus on content creation and streaming in general. And I'm sorry for that. And weirdly enough, that added even more pressure and guilt on my already shaky mental state. I'm sure a lot of content creators will relate, feeling that constant pressure to produce content and accountability towards viewers, and end up burning themselves out trying to keep putting content out regularly, come rain or come shine. My mental state over the past year has paralyzed me to the point where I was, and still am to a degree, struggling to make videos and actually execute on the 1,000 ideas that I have, which is very frustrating. I have to constantly remind myself to be kind to myself, to take it easy, and that what might feel important to me in that moment might not matter as much to other people. I'm in the fortunate position that I'm a very small channel. I only have about 1,000 subscribers as I record this. So I don't have the pressure of thousands and thousands of viewers and all the financial pressure of making a living out of content, because this is not my day job. Plus, I made this channel more as a creative outlet, doing projects and playing games I like with cool people and experimenting and having fun and building a community of fellow nerds and gamers. And for that community, I am so grateful. From fellow content creators to new and returning viewers and friendly gamers that I met on Duroc the Viking servers, everyone I met through this content creation journey, every single human connection has been a true gift. I very recently passed the 1K sub milestone, which I never thought would ever happen. When I started this channel, I never thought so many people would want to watch silly old me doing nerdy stuff. So to all of you who have been part of this journey, a huge and heartfelt thank you. So you're probably wondering what's next. About 6 months ago, I decided to quit my job and take a career break, mostly to focus on improving my mental health and refuel my soul by doing things I love. The main goal is really to get better, because boy, the burnout is real. Since then, I moved house, which has kept me busy, and have been traveling a lot, which is something that I truly love. And I am happy to report that I am slowly healing, and I'm in a much better place now than I was 6 months ago. In terms of content creation, I had planned for a while to branch into more history adjacent topics. My dream for this channel being to blend in the two things I enjoy nerding about, gaming and history. So yeah, you can expect more Viking and medieval related content from me in the future. Historical gaming, but also real life crafting, clothing, cooking, and visiting historical sites. I'm yet to decide whether I should put this more historical content on this channel or on a completely separate channel to separate it from my gaming content. Let me know what you think in the comments. I really haven't decided yet, so I'd be really curious to know what you think. For the aforementioned reasons, I won't tie myself to a strict schedule for posting those videos. Those videos will just have to take the time they need to bake. I will, however, try to maintain my weekly gaming live streaming schedule with a few accommodations for travels like I've been doing while I was away in Japan. But I really enjoy our weekly rendezvous, and it's kept me sane through rough times, so I'm definitely not prepared to let that go. Ooh. It's pretty. Kind of a weird green, but it's the best green I could find. Oh, this is so smooth. So, now for the big announcement. This year again, for Pride Month, we are reuniting the Rainbow Shield Wall and doing another charity stream for the TREVOR project. What's really cool is that this year we're bringing together even more content creators and artists, and we're actually bringing two different communities together of artists and gaming content creators, and we will be doing both, streaming art and playing Valheim on this charity stream. For the gaming section, we'll be playing two teams pitted against each other in an epic Valheim Bingo, which is going to be super fun. So mark your calendars for June the 30th, and it should be a really cool event. You definitely won't want to miss it. And we're hoping to raise a lot of money for the TREVOR project. Ooh, purple. So there's been a couple of other things cooking up on the channel, one of them being the channel memberships that I launched a couple of months ago. So you can now support the channel by being a paid member, and you'll get a number of perks like member-only content and live streams, chances for winning merch and things on giveaways, as well as your name in the credits of videos. Also custom emojis, loyalty badges next to your name, all that sort of fun stuff. The other thing to note is that for the whole of this year, I will be donating half of anything that I get from YouTube, so including the channel memberships, to the TREVOR project. So not only you'd be supporting me, but also supporting a great cause with the TREVOR project. To learn more about the TREVOR project and their work, make sure you check the links in the description. If you want to support my channel or support the TREVOR project, but you're not quite able to take on a monthly commitment, not to worry, you can also do one-off donations via super thanks and super chats on my live streams. And same as before, half the proceeds will go to the TREVOR project. Or you can simply like this video or share the TREVOR project website to your friends and family and help spread awareness. If enough people help raise awareness about mental health and supportive charities like the TREVOR project, there's more chances that it will reach a person who needs it right now. So that's it. I finally finished painting the shield. Damn, that feels good. Let's peel everything off. That's like the best part. Okay, let's start with peeling off the dry bits. Ooh. Ooh, that's neat. Nice. Ooh. It's looking good. Looking pretty good. Okay. Take all the tape off the leather. Oh, this is so satisfying. Ooh. Yay! All done. Ooh, it looks so cool. I'm so excited. Look. No, it's the wrong way around. Oh, that's nice. Oh. I think it's quite cool. I like it. I finally done did it. Okay. Oh, it still needs to dry a little bit. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support and your company on stream and off stream. You're awesome, and I'm glad you're here. And this is as much of a reminder to me as it is to you. You are enough, and you're not alone. And you deserve to be happy like everyone else. So be kind to yourself because you deserve it. Take care.